This is very different. This is a loan program that will allow you to purchase houses anywhere you want to. Not only homes, single family homes, condos, townhomes, even double wide modular homes on permanent foundations if they're in a rural area on say 2 to 3 to 5 acres of land. The other exciting thing is you no longer have to have a 620 credit score. The credit score that you have to have has been lowered. That score is now 600. Why the banks aren't sharing this with people, I have no idea, but it's going to blow the roof off what you think about buying a home. It's going to have a profound impact on the down payment that you're going to need to purchase a house. I'm talking about the new FHA loan program. It's going to allow you to purchase a house just like this one for no money out of pocket. The seller can pay your closing costs. It is not a USDA loan. If you're new here, my name is Wayne Turner. For nearly 30 years, I've helped thousands of people purchase their homes, and I'm excited to share with you this new opportunity. Let's jump in. What that means for a lot of people, hopefully you included, is you now have the opportunity to purchase a home that you never thought possible, because you're not limited to any demographic area. You're also not limited to your income. You see, when you purchase a house with USDA, you can't make a certain amount of money on a yearly basis. And with this loan program, there's no limit to the income that you can make. If you make $500,000 a year, you can purchase a home this way. If you make $180,000 a year, you can purchase a home this way. What's really exciting is you have the opportunity to purchase a house and buy a home with a $500 deposit, a $400 home inspection, and a $400 appraisal. So you're literally looking at $1,500 out of pocket. That's cheaper than if you were to go rent a place and have to pay a deposit and the first month's rent and the last month's rent and a pet deposit. You can buy a house like this, got a fully fenced in yard, it's all brick, the utilities are low, and nobody's gonna bother you. Now, all that sounds exciting, but there are some things that can hold you back, and you need to know this. If you're not writing this stuff down, be sure to grab a pen, a piece of paper, and take some notes. You have to have a 620 credit score. I know I mentioned that, but you also have to have 2 years on the job. You have to have proof that you've worked in the same line of work. Are you an electrician? Are you a paralegal? Are you a beautician? The same line of work for 2 years and have paid your taxes. If you've been in the same line of work for 2 years, have paid your taxes, and you got a 600 credit score, you owe it to yourself to have a lender to look at all of your credentials, your debt to income ratio, your income coming in, and your credit. They'll pull all of that information, but once you're approved, we connect you with an agent. Once we connect you with an agent, you go buy a house. Now, I'm certainly not trying to talk you into buying a house, and you can absolutely use any lender that you want to use. You can use any real estate agent. However, if you need help with getting a loan this way, you can reach out to us at contactwayne.com. We can connect you with a lender. We can also connect you with an agent, because once you have a lender that approves you, once you have an agent, you can simply go out there and find you a home. You can actually be in a home 60 days from today. All that is fun, exciting, but once you get a contract on the house, you got to know what to do from there. Of course, we have agents to walk you through the process, but let me share just a few things with you. Because FHA, you have to have a house in decent condition. You can't buy a foreclosure that's just atrocious and beat all to pieces. You can't buy a house that's just tore all up. But let me show you one thing on this house that would keep the home from going FHA. And the reason being is because the home was built before 1978. Homes built before 1978, they painted the homes with lead-based paint. And they say that what you have to do is disclose it and you have to paint it. You see that right there? It's just as simple as paint. So if you're out there and you're a homeowner and you're thinking about selling your house and moving to another home and you don't want to go FHA, you don't want to sell it to an FHA buyer, you have to understand it's just as simple as painting. You can put a coat of paint on that, scrape that off. But here's the trick. You have to understand this. Don't scrape that paint and leave it on the grass, because they cannot have that. Because if a kid were to come along, this is for the health and well-being of people. This is why FHA steps in for your benefit as a buyer. So you scrape that off, it's painted, this house will go FHA. Let's take a look inside. Now, once you find the home that you like, you're going to make an offer to purchase, but it's really important to know, and we let the agents know that we're working with, that you're working with, that you need help with closing costs. You see, closing cost is what starts your escrows, your taxes and insurance, and then the lender does charge you a fee for actually giving you a loan. All lenders do. So they're charging you money, you have closing costs. Those closing costs are going to run you about 3.5% of the loan amount. So you got 3.5% in closing costs, but the seller can pay that for you. We get the seller to pay closing costs on your behalf 99.9% of the time. That means you only need money for the appraisal, the inspection, and a $500 deposit, and sometimes we can get the deposit returned back to you at closing. Now this home I'm walking you around, there's full bath here, full bedroom here, hardwood floors. It's just under 1,900 total square feet. It's got a 1-car garage. It's in Slidell, Louisiana, asking $165,000 for this home. But there's more to just do an inspection. There's more to just sticks and bricks and looking at the house. You have to know, what are the utility bills going to be? What are the taxes going to be? And you can find that out during the due diligence period. Your real estate agent that you're working with is going to show you exactly what the taxes are on the property, and they're going to put that in your escrow account, so you don't have to pay that once a year. It's being taken out of your mortgage payment on a monthly basis that you're paying. Also, with taxes, you're going to have homeowners insurance. So it's a good time to get homeowners insurance and a quote on the property. So that way you kind of know what's the gas bill, the water bill, the sewer bill, the electric bill, as well as the insurance. But I want to show you outside because there's something else you need to do that a lot of people miss when it comes to doing their home inspection. Now, when you start to look around and walking around a home, you'll see a fence. There's a fence here and there's a fence there. And I always tell people, even though you're not buying a piece of raw land and just land, you're still buying dirt. You're still buying land, as we call it. And you need to know, is that fence on your property or their property? A survey will do just that for you. It's going to show you the meets and bounds, where it begins, where it ends. It's also going to show you if there's any easements, servitudes, or encroachments on the property. You need to know that going in. That way, is anybody encroaching upon your property? Is there a fence on your property that's about to be your home? What about a storage building, a swimming pool, any of that? You want to make sure that you see that. You walk around the home itself, and you do that during your due diligence period. That way, you can have the seller take care of any issues that arise and not you. Another thing I almost forgot, that survey most of the time is going to show you the flood zone. You need to know if the property is in a flood zone. And the only way to truly know that and to tell is to Google the property, and I always tell people to do that. Get out, talk to the neighbors, knock on their door, ask them, has the area ever flooded? Does it hold water? What about the streets? What about the schools? What about the neighborhoods? Do you like living here? How long have you lived here? Why do you think they're selling the house? It's always a good idea to ask why they're selling, because why they're selling can have a direct correlation in what you make on the offer and the money that you save when you buy the home. You see, oftentimes a home has been shop worn. It's been on the market for 100+ days. That's like 3+ months. That's a long time. If the house has been on the market for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, you have to look at how many price adjustments did they make? Did they drop the price any? If they haven't dropped the price, or if they dropped the price a little, I can tell you, somebody's had a home on the market for 6 months, they're going to be more motivated than somebody that had a home on the market for 30, 60 days. You also have to look at estate sales. Oftentimes there's an estate sale succession where someone has passed away and the house is vacant. Oftentimes those homes, they're just ready to get rid of them. Mom's gone, dad's gone, and they're ready to sell the house and move along. So what do you think so far? Are you excited as I am? If so, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. There's no cost to do so. And also, ask us any questions in the comments. Any concerns, any questions that you have, we're going to do our best to answer every single question. So regardless of what deal you think you're getting on the house, you have to know there are a couple of things that you need to remember. One is your closing date. You see, if you set a closing date at the very beginning of the month, you don't have a mortgage payment for 60 days. For example, if you purchase a house, close on it on April the 1st, you do not have a mortgage payment until June 1st for 60 full days. Listen, this is great information. It's positive information. Please give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave them in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. I'm excited about this opportunity. If you like this video, you'll enjoy this one just as well. And until next time, God bless.